Alrighty guys, we're back for Naya Enchantments, and this is an Outlaws of Thunder Junction Standard brew, and I'm Redcat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. So it looks a lot like Selesnya Enchantments, which we get to see all the time, so a lot of really powerful creatures packed in, like Jukai Naturalist, for example, pairing well with Generous Visitor, pairing beautifully with Calix, Guided by Fate. But to pair with that Calix, we actually have something new here on the top end called Annie Joins Up. This is a 4-mana legendary enchantment. When Annie Joins Up enters the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Nice, that is a good amount of damage. Now, if a triggered ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So literally just in here for the Calix. So it'll be interesting to see how much this actually does as a 2-of on the top end, because of course, if we don't see the Calix, at the very least, it's still removal, and removal is very important. Speaking of removal, we're opting for all 4 borrowed time. Nice. We also have a couple of Circle of Confinements because ossification couldn't make the cut because we only have a couple forests over here as our basics. The rest of the land, too, is just going to be a bunch of fast land with the Copperline Gorge. We have the Inspiring Vantage and the Razorverge Thicket. A little bit of tapped lands with the Jetmir's Garden because I do think mana fixing is more important than anything else. Who Endures, Crucible of Defiance, Seed of the Empire, all making the cut as well. So outside of the Annie Joins Up, why else are we actually getting that red source mixed up in our Selesnya build? Well, Demonic Ruckus, of course. It's a 2-mana enchantment aura. It has plot for just 1 red mana. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has menace and trample. Nice. Now, when Demonic Ruckus is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Now, we know Demonic Ruckus is pretty good when paired with like Slickshot Show Off and stuff. I'm curious to see how good it's actually going to be in here when we have cards like just boosting when we actually get enchantment auras onto the board. So I think Demonic Ruckus can kind of be seen as extra like Audacities, but Audacity doesn't give menace, and I'm curious to see how much that menace is actually going to do too. I'm interested to see how much that plot is going to come in handy as well. Like, there's just so much that I want to try with Ruckus in this build. So yeah, speaking of Audacity, we do have 3 of them. And we're actually opting for 3 Commune with Spirits, too. So this is one that isn't played, I guess, too often. We do see it pop up every now and then in the Selesnya enchantment builds, but so it's a 1-mana sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment or land card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So I'm opting for 3 because, again, like, just mana fixing, making sure we can actually find the mana that we need to see on time is going to be pretty important. So I think 3 of these is going to go a long way. So some other things that we have packed in here, we do have all 4 Spirited Companions, which is going to work really nicely with the Weaver of Harmony as well. Of course, Weaver of Harmony works really well with these borrowed time effects and these Circle of Confinement effects as well. Oh, and we have a lonely little Katilda Dawnhart Martyr in here. That'll do a thing every now and then. And a lonely little Kami of Transience, which I'm pretty sure the Selesnya enchantment builds usually just run 4 Kami of Transience, which we can see why it's a very powerful creature. Just opting for less of them this time to try to pack all these other cards in. Okay, guys. Go ahead and save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. Let's go. Ooh, opponent is rocking like Rakdos over there. That's cool. Okay, no white source. Do we try it? Do we say there's a good chance of seeing a white source? We go first. I'm gonna give it a shot, dude. Call me crazy. I always like to test the deck to its absolute limits, and I do think we have a pretty good chance of seeing a white source. And if we don't, then we could see like Commune with Spirits or something like that too. Opponent said hello. I shall drop the hello in return. Hello, opponent. We don't get too many hellos. Always make sure to drop it in return. Yeah, as far as turn 2, it's probably just going to be Weaver of Harmony. Maybe we should have actually waited and set up the Ruckus for the turn. Oh, speaking of which... Hey, white source, there you are, buddy. So based on the Ruckus, I'm just going to go Weaver of Harmony then. Totally fine. Get the swing for 2. Both of our creatures get picked up by Play with Fire for now, but thank goodness we went first of all. So Spear, and a couple things could happen here. Oh, it's going to be Ancestral Anger. And they might as well go for the Ruckus too, right? Maximize the amount of damage while it's here, while it's available. Menace gets right by the Weaver. But how greedy do we get? We'll play our land. Calix could come down. Buffs a lot of this board. Do we die next turn? Probably not. I think, yeah, going first here was so essential. But we could also take the turn to plot the Ruckus, Circle of Confinement, the Swift Spear. They do draw. That's probably pretty good. That's probably better than the Calix, right? Yeah, so we're not going to go for the greed. I'll plug that onto the Weaver of Harmony. I think the Visitor has a huge target on its back already. So we resolve that. They draw. And I will plot this. They're tapped out and everything. Then we'll get that swing. All right, dude. This is a good hand. This is like a perfect lineup for the first game. And going up against mono red is beautiful too. Because it should be tough. It should be like an uphill battle or like back and forth for 2 different aggro decks. 2 very different aggro. Commano, looks like they might have missed their 3rd mountain. Gonna be double Commanos. Okay, this is our chance to really, really pop off. Let's do this. Calix comes down. I will buff the Weaver first. I will buff the Visitor. Demonic Ruckus. I will put that onto the Weaver. Buff the Visitor. Buff and wide here. Buff and wide. Going all in on these 2 creatures, I would say. Opponent is down to 3, guys. What a time. Definitely take that action. And I will copy the Weaver of Harmony. And I will buff the Weaver of Harmony. Get them all above the Lightning Strike. Holy cow, dude. Quick shot, show off. All right. They still have a mountain open. Ancestral Anger, very nice. So they really, really still did a thing, huh? Hey, good game opponent. Wow. So if they saw their 3rd mana last turn, they doubled down on Commano. They saw their 3rd, maybe they could have like had a Demonic Ruckus plotted too. We could have been in danger, guys. We really could have been. Going first there was so essential, but boy, oh boy, did our board state pop off, and seeing this Demonic Ruckus do a thing with the plot was really cool as well. Awesome stuff, man. Holy cow. Yeah, you just can't ask for a better first game. Let's keep the ball rolling. So now we know we can take out mono red. The question is mono red going to get its revenge today? Number 1, they'll go first, right? That would be the start of the revenge. All right. I don't know what you're bringing to the table. Mirror match? That'd be funny. All right, we definitely keep this. Yep. I don't mind this at all. This is actually a good hand to say, like, Demonic Ruckus off the top would be pretty good too. Just like having that extra thing that you can do on your turn just to spend all the mana possible, right? That extra plot ability or anything like that. Okay, so we will go. Yeah, nothing else to do for the turn. I was just double checking there. Get the 2nd Visitor down and be happy that we're actually seeing mana and everything. Hopefully we have targets for the Circle and the Borrowed Time. In other words, these Visitors are just going to be 1/1s for a while. Martyr. Sheoldred's Edict. Oh, man. Okay. So 1 Visitor down. Oh, no. More land off the top. Nothing we can do with our removal. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Another Sheoldred's Edict would kind of be devastating. I liked the hand, I really did. I don't like seeing all this excess mana, though. They pass it back. Hey, there's a Demonic Ruckus. We probably just try to play it, but now... now they got 3 open. It's probably spot removal before Ruckus lands. We got to try it, though, right? We can't just, like, plot it. I mean... I guess we could plot it. Instead of... Like, we know it's spot removal, right? So let's just start with the swing, then, and not worry about it. We'll just plot Ruckus for the turn. Totally fine. Okay. I guess that's actually a pretty risky swing because we don't know what we're playing against. So Elspeth's Smite could be in the deck. It's not something you always want to play around, but it's something to consider. And then also token generation. Instant speed token generation could be in the list too, so... So it wasn't spot removal from the opponent, so maybe we were just playing around a ghost there. I mean, now the Demonic Ruckus will be free, so... Oh, hey, Spirited Companion. Nice. We do that before we play the land, because we could see an untapped land. Very unlikely now, but... Spirited Companion is on the board, and the sacrifice target if it's another Sheoldred's Edict. Demonic Ruckus. Okay. So I'll try this Ruckus then, since we have the 2 open. I'll try this Ruckus. Put the counter on the Companion. Now, we don't want all of our eggs in one basket. And we're going to hold off on the other free Ruckus for now. Yeah, they want to kill the visitor before the Ruckus hits the board so we don't get the additional card draw. That's the big thing that they want to do. It's going to be March for 1. Okay, nice. And then we just save that back because it's free? Yeah, probably. Especially since that last card could be like a cut down too. So we could say like, oh, well, they're close to tapped out. We could attempt to get this down. That way, if they have removal, we get the draw on the Ruckus. But no, that last card could have been a cut down or play with fire for that matter. We don't know what we're up against yet. Commune. Okay, Mardu, I suppose. Calix is great. Let's get that Calix down. We can only play one thing. Oh, Aven Interrupter. Dude, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start with the opponent's list, huh? Well, I'm gonna swing because I think that's a... No, it's not. It's not a good trade. Wow. Only one thing. Borrowed Time has to hit that high noon. It's not a good trade for us, unfortunately, guys. Not yet. These over here cost 2. Cost 2 more to cast. Okay. So they plotted the Calix. So Borrowed Time has to hit the high noon. Circle of Confinement hits the Interrupter, hopefully. That's all of our mana for the turn. But then the Calix and the Demonic Ruckus are plotted, so they should be 0. So hopefully that works out. Oh no, are they passing back? Oh no, they're passing back. They got 5 open, dude. Alright. There's no blue open, but now it just kind of feels like another Interrupter, which would be devastating. Borrowed Time, let's pick up that High Noon. Oh, High Noon can, yeah, I keep forgetting this about High Noon. They could pop it right now and deal 5 damage, which wouldn't be terrible. At least the High Noon would be gone. They have something in hand. Okay. Circle of Confinement. Interrupter. Okay, well, I mean, that's getting into, like, Wandering Emperor territory, right? Do we still... Okay, so I'll buff the Calix then, because Spirited Companion's probably a goner. It's not going to stop me from trying, though, huh? Let's do this. Okay. And then I'm still going to buff the Calix here. Same concept, dude. I don't want all my eggs in one basket. It sure feels like a Wandering Emperor turn. I mean, it could even be... Oh, no. We're fine. I was going to say it could be a Lightning Helix, but it is in fact Wandering Emperor, and we get to replace the Demonic Ruckus. Unless they want to go for... No, they can't block because Menace Trample. Alright, I'd say we... Ooh, another Demonic Ruckus. Well, hopefully we can keep this creature around, guys. It can't be as simple as 3 pieces of spot removal from the opponent, you know? Yeah, if we lose the Calix, this is going to be a very, very tricky hand to figure out. We'll need to see another creature off the top for sure. Farewell, right on time, bro. Oh, no. Oh, crap, dude. Mardu High Noon control, I guess, from the opponent.
We've got the edge in this.
We can only play one thing. I guess the one thing is going to be Commune with Spirits, right? So definitely the Calix here. And then we have the plot on the Ruckus, and High Noon is preventing us from playing the Calix. Dude, rough time, huh? Liliana. That also could have taken care of the Calix that we had on the board. But the Farewell was a much better play from the opponent because they got so much back there. We're going to discard the Audacity because we need to keep the creature. They discard another Liliana. Oh, buddy. Avon Interrupter. Swinging in for 4. Jetmir's Garden. I'm tempted to cycle, see if we... No. Pretty much everything we see is going to be a tapped land. It's going to awkwardly go Calix. Then they have the -2 on the Liliana. But it's not like we can't play something. So I guess we're officially just controlled here, right? I think so, guys. I think so. I think this is going to be the opponents regardless of what we see. Got us into a classic Liliana lockdown, most likely. We're not going to be able to get multiple creatures on the board on any given turn because of the High Noon especially, but also just because we're not drawing that much either. So they're going to be able to continuously go -2 on every creature we get a chance to play, and then +1 on every turn we don't play a creature to keep our hand empty too. Yeah, so I think we will see if they can have lethal damage here in the next couple turns to let them play it out. Insatiable Avarice, nice. Restock their hand that way. Actually, High Noon with Liliana of the Veil is actually just terrifying. Holy cow. Like, it was already possible to get into that Liliana lockdown without the High Noon. But now, that's terrifying, man. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, here's an example. They don't got to worry about the Visitor because they're establishing things with their other value cards like Wandering Emperor and stuff, too. So they can go +1 next turn on Liliana, and then the turn after go -2 again anyways. Going to be some more spot removal regardless. So do they have any Restless Lands over here? They do have Mirax. Either way, we're going to let them play this out. They're playing fast. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the opponent's deck too. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the top cards of our deck as well. And the High Noon. Oh my goodness. Good game opponent. Dude, every single time, it's like, we know it when we're playing with High Noon. We know the 5 damage, but whenever I see it on the opponent's board, I'm like, for some reason, I only look at that top ability and I have no idea why. And then the opponent plays that bottom ability. And even after that, like, my brain completely just flushes it down the drain. That's funny, man. No, yeah, High Noon, pay 5. 5 damage is no joke. Dang, bro. That deck looked cool. That deck looked really good, didn't it? We might have to try that out at some point. Mardu High Noon with the Liliana. Opponent goes first. I mean, this is a good hand. Got all the mana we need. Heck yeah, dude. Let's do it. Start with the Commune. Okay. Commune with the spirits. Oh, 2 more commune with the spirits. I will grab the untapped land. We have all the mana we need. Just getting more things that come down untapped is going to be pretty good. Especially when the deck is heavily leaning towards green, too. Warden and probably tap everything down, right? So our spot removal might be a little slow. Oh, they go for the swing instead of the tap. Huh. I mean, I'll take it. Generous visitor, huh? Okay, okay. Well, we're probably just going to play one thing for now, and it's probably going to be Kami of Transience, right? I think so. Because next turn we'll have Generous Visitor into Weaver and start setting up that way. Or if we need to, emergency Borrowed Time would be fine too. Oh, another Warden. 2/3, 1, 2, 3. Tap it all down. Get a Warden into the sky, right? What's nice about the Warden of the Inner Sky for us, of course, is that is the opponent's putting it all into one basket. But they could put it into this Warden too, right? They totally could, but the more you put your eggs into one basket with the Warden, the sooner it gets into the sky. But yeah, when you're playing against Selesnya enchantments, spreading it out is definitely better. So we're going to try to outpace them. Wow, Katilda could be good. We're seeing our one-ofs this game. Yeah, we're going to do our dandiest to outpace, but this might be pretty tough. Speaking of all of our eggs into one basket, what do you think? Everything on the Kami? A case coming down would kill it anyways, and that would be a pretty good hit for them. Be 6 damage to it. I think that's fine for now, though. We get a little bit of a bigger swing, and we try to keep up pace then. And hopefully they just miss removal for the turn. Next turn, we have Borrowed Time and the Audacity, or Katilda and the Audacity. And whatever we see off the top, too. Imodane's Recruiter. Bro, we are in danger. We're at 19. Are we gonna die? 9, 8. They're at 16. I don't believe we have lethal next turn. Are we forced to block? We block here. 14 down to 5. Then we probably still die if we swing anyways. Katilda's life link could be pretty good. What does losing the Weaver do? Gives us 1 less enchantment on the board for the life gain on Katilda. And we take 3 less damage. Going down to 2. We're in danger either way. I'm going to just risk it. I'm just going to risk it. Let's take it all. We could also block a couple things, but at that point, like, yeah, no matter what, Imodane's Recruiter, yep, like that's always going to be an issue here. And we do have Borrowed Time with the Weaver's ability too, if we want to do that. But being at 2 now, it's probably just Katilda. And go all in on the life gain on Katilda, which is a little silly. And then we keep all the blockers back. Either way, it's kind of like I said, either way I believe we're dead, so we go no attacks, because I believe they'll be able to get the 10 through, especially if they can find some removal here. So like very just incredibly risky plays, but at that point in the game too, when Boros did their thing, it's all risky. Sometimes you just got to go like a maximum amount of risk, because now if we survive the turn, we'll have a full swing next turn that'll just be incredible. Woohoo! We do not survive the turn here, right? I don't believe we do. We have the Katilda block. We're going up to 10. We have you blocking there. Beautiful, beautiful. And we have you blocking there. 2 4, 6, 8, 11, 9, going up to 10. So we're forced to like full block here, losing a couple of our creatures. But the Katilda though, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. Now we go Visitor. Borrowed Time for sure. All into the Katilda. Do we have a swing now? Is the question. We have 15 damage on the board. Go back up to 10. I guess we'll just swing with Katilda and keep 2 blockers back. We should be fine at 10 with them only having 3 creatures. And then we're threatening lethal in the air next turn. We should be okay. Because if it's like another recruiter, because they only have 3 mana right now. If it's another recruiter, we full block again. If it's removal for the visitor, yep, GG opponent. Very nice, guys. That was a beautiful game. Beautiful stuff. Like, it fully proving the point of sometimes you just have to, like, go all in the risk to actually pull off the victory. That was really cool, huh? Oh, man. The one of Katilda. Do we want to talk about 2 of them? Probably not, honestly. But it's a proof of concept for just one ofs in the build too, right? We have a one of Kami of Transience too. That's pretty funny. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about 2 of them, of some of those in the final thoughts here too. Hold up, mid-video pack. Let's do it. Ooh, Lost Caverns. Nice. See what we get. Ooh, Galta. Well, I think that's my 3rd one. I don't know how many decks want to run 3 Galtas, but that's still pretty cool, huh? All right, let's get right into that next one then, huh? Guys, while I have you here in the middle, like after the mid-video pack and everything, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. Main benefit of joining up the Patreon, of course, is going to be the patron suggestions, which we prioritize over every other suggestion. All right, opponent goes first. Could be slow. It could be, but I like it. Finally seeing the Jukai Naturalist here too. The mana base? Yeah, dude. The land has been terrific this whole time. Like, not too many issues with it at all. Alright, Jukai. Survive the turn for me, buddy. Okay? That way we can pop off a little bit next turn with Calix and Companion. Oh, Briarbridge Tracker. Blue and blue. The tracker gives a clue too. Cool, man. That's awesome. Demonic Ruckus. Nice. Okay. Yeah, definitely going in. Definitely going in. All in on Naturalist. Full swing. They got the double block. Maybe we'll spread it out. At that point, Audacity might be a little better. The double block might actually be worth it. But while Companion is 1, we go for the 1, right? I believe so. Spreading it out might not work completely. I am going to go all in Naturalist for this turn, based on the colors that they're playing right now. So, no attacks, and they don't have to double block a 4/4. But if we were looking at Audacity or something... Oh no, yeah, they wouldn't have had to double block. Because Briarbridge Tracker is not a 3/3, it's a 4/3, which is pretty sick. Now we have a really good hand. A little bit of setup, getting Menace onto Naturalist and stuff next turn. Like, this all could be really, really good. We just had to play this out anticipating removal. Calix already has a huge target on his back, so going all in on the Naturalist, kind of spreading that target out that way instead of spreading out the power and toughness. Okay, Tracker. These are going to be big issues, man, if we don't see... Yeah, the Vigilance is rough. If we don't start seeing a I'm going to chump for the turn. While we have the chump blockers, we're going for the chump. Because we don't have too much in here that cares about how many enchantments are on the board. Tapped land. Tapped land isn't terrible to see. Could start with the draw. We got all these to do. We start with the draw. On Naturalist? Question mark? I guess so. Against Naya colors, they could easily find spot removal that's running white, right? Oh, Visitor. Is it Visitor then Ruckus? Or Audacity and Ruckus? Probably Visitor and then Ruckus. Right? And then all in. Same thing. Same concept. Just all the extra counters. Okay. I'm pretty sure this gets double blocked, but we gain 8. We take out 2 of their creatures. They're letting some of the damage go through. So Calix will copy, probably Companion. And we draw off the Ruckus. So take action. Oh, Companion's the only thing we can copy there, by the way. I'll start buffing the Visitor, I guess. Ruckus, drawing a couple. Dude, alright. Not a bad hand. We definitely don't need to see this much mana right now, but... yeah, so... it was 2 cards for 2 cards, but we drew a couple, so... no blocks this time around. We'll take that. The vigilance on these are pretty good. 4 mana to plot the Railway Brawler. We could very well be in serious danger here. Yeah. We could be in big danger. Well, they only have 4, though. Okay, well, if they see their 5th... I was thinking, like, Calamity, but... Commune with spirits. So let's... go on to Visitor with the Audacity. On to Visitor. On to Visitor. Let's get it above the Sharp-Eyed Rookie here. Demonic Ruckus onto the Calix. I guess at that point we could start with Commune, see if we find removal for the Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Jukai Naturalist, actually. I'll take it. And it's still going to be Demonic Ruckus for the turn, though. Onto the Calix. So we want to get you above the Death, and the Menace on the Calix here will get through. And we are going to full swing for the extra damage on the Companions, too. If they end up blocking one Companion, it's just extra damage going through. And we're going to copy... let's copy the... so we'll take that action. It's kind of like I said, like... we might very well be in danger next turn. Let's just get the draw on the Companion here. And I will buff that Companion. Circle of Confinement. That would have been pretty good. Yep, that would have been pretty good. To take care of the rookie. Yeah, hopefully they don't do too much here. Railway Brawler comes down, buffs the rookie to 5. We're at 17, guys. What else could they have here? Oh no, it looks like they are missing a way to pop off with the Brawler, unfortunately. Ooh, a Seraphic Steed. Very cool. They do go for the swing. We'll go no blocks. Keep it all back. This does have lifelink and first strike. That's actually really sick, man. But we do end up going all in to Calix this time round. And we'll draw off of the Companion first, right? Yeah, all in on the Trampling Menace for sure. Because especially since they're at 5. Now we remove their first lifelink first. First strike lifelink. Boy, that was hard to say, huh? And once we removed that, we were just popping off enough to have them drop the concede, unfortunately. Oh, I was going to take a look at the battlefield there. Oopsie daisies. The deck is doing the thing, and it's doing it pretty well. Demonic Ruckus really showing off today. I am happy about that, to say the least, because I was worried going Naya, it would just be like, well, we could just be playing good old-fashioned Selesnya enchantments instead, right? But no, the Demonic Ruckus is actually doing a lot for us, isn't it? I like it. Really like the menace on it too, of course. Okay, last game of the evening, win or lose. Who the heck cares? Like, the deck really did the thing, huh? We'll give it a shot. Opponent goes first, unfortunately. As long as we see our third mana, or as long as Jukai Naturalist survives, I suppose, we should be fine for now. Demir colors probably means Jukai Naturalist does not survive, but we'll see. Enigma Jewel. Nice. Okay. Could be... Oh, Duress. Okay, Borrowed Time's out of here. That's the only card they can hit. Alright. Thicket comes down, and Naturalist. Yeah, I'm not convinced Naturalist is going to survive here, but... with Enigma Jewel, it must be a little bit of a different type of... Demir. Okay. I guess it's going to be Calix. We only get to do one of these things anyways. So it's probably just Calix. On to the Naturalist. Nothing sticking, guys. Okay. Everything's around for now. It was tempting to get Kami of Transience down first, but just getting like the Calix on the board, especially when we have double Calix. Oh, hey, Annie joins up. Wow. They don't have anything to target, but doubling the Calix abilities could be really sick. It's kind of a couple awkward turns here, huh? We do this before combat because it affects the combat. I think the Calix has more of a target on its back. We get to copy a Naturalist. Take that action for sure. And I will spread the counters wide on the Naturalists. A little bit awkward because of the land coming in tapped there, so we weren't able to like do even more. Oh, board wipe could come down easily here, guys. GG opponent. Oh no, I would have loved to see the rest of the opponent's deck list. I kind of wanted to know exactly what they were doing there. A total deck win rate 80% today out of the 5 games. Kind of felt like we got a little lucky in some of them, huh? Especially this last one here. Like, what was the Enigma Jewel for? I really want to know. Oh, and I like, too bad we didn't have a target for the Annie joins up, because at just 3, because Jukai Naturalist was on the board, it just cost the Naya colors there. Would have been really sick to have this down with that Calix. Just to see it do the thing today. Well, either way, let's go over the deck list again, huh? This was sick. I really liked this. Personally, instead of just playing generic... Oh, that was my 4th Galta, guys. I don't know what list would ever want 4 of those, but there they are, I guess, huh? Anyways, personally, I'd rather play something like this than generic Selesnya. What about you guys? Well, especially since, you know, I'm Red Cat, so I like these red cards, and Demonic Ruckus has to be one of my favorite red cards out of the new set, you know? I mean, I really like Slickshot Show-Off, and so does everyone else and their grandmother, but Demonic Ruckus, I like this, man. It really did the thing today. Outside of that, we're splashing the red for the Annie joins up. Also gives you, like, extra utility land with Crucible of Defiance, too. Also, if you end up flooding out, I guess you could cycle out the Jetmir's Garden, so, like, a little bit of extra utility. The triple Commune the Spirits. How necessary was this for finding mana and mana fixing in general? It is what it is. I could see dropping these. Like, the mana base seemed good enough. See, we're already leaning green. I could see maybe dropping this down to 1, going up that 4th Audacity, and maybe, like, another piece of removal that's similar to Circle of Confinement. Could be like the, it could be like Planar Disruption, for example. So first of all, I'm not going to change anything with the list because it performed pretty well for me today, and it'd be silly for me to change it up since it worked so well, you know? But more testing required for sure, like 100%. And unfortunately, we're losing a lot of the enchantment setup when it comes time to rotation too. So, which is right around the corner. So we got to be prepared for that. So yeah, I could see dropping down to 1 Commune the Spirits, going up a Planar Disruption as like a 1-of, and going up like the 4th Audacity too. That could work fine enough, but I do like the 3 Commune the Spirits for what it was able to do today. Overall, just seemed fine, right? Grab what you need to grab with it. Katilda really did the thing. I said we'd talk about maybe 2 of these or 2 Kami of Transience. Probably not. Again, I don't think I'm going to change anything here, but like we have to talk about it still, right? Kami of Transience does a lot very often. Did it do anything in that last game? No, it just sat in hand, quite awkwardly sitting in hand too at that point, right? Because the more 2-drops you pack in to a list that's running a lot of these Copperline Gorge means you're going to have a lot of turn 4s where you're not playing 2 of your 2-drops. Like that's very important to note. That's where like the plot on Demonic Ruckus comes into play. You get to your turn 4, you play your 4th mana, and it happens to come in tapped because you're playing with all these land, right? So you play your 2 mana card, and you still have 1 open for your turn 4. You just plot like the Demonic Ruckus or something, and that like helps your curve tremendously, right? And that's going to happen often too. So Annie joins up to you. Like this is kind of an experimental card to work with the 4 Calix. Probably drop down to 1 of these as well. Potentially to go up like that Audacity or more removal. So all that's going to be kind of like your choice of spot removal at that point. If you end up dropping both of the Annie joins up, then you're really just splashing the red for the Demonic Ruckus, which at that point probably wouldn't be worth it. And you might as well just go back to regular Selesnya enchantments since it already works so well anyways, you know? So outside of that, like I said, man, I'm not changing anything. I think it performed pretty well. We probably got a little bit lucky here and there. Yeah, as far as rotation goes, taking a lot of these cards away from us, right? Rotation will take away Weaver of Harmony. That's a rare. It takes away Spirited Companion, but that's only a common. Jukai Naturalist is an uncommon. That's going bye-bye. Generous Visitor, uncommon. That's going bye-bye as well. Commune with Spirits. It's out of here. It's a common. Calix is sticking around. Kami of Transience, that's a rare. That is out of here. Circle of Confinement, uncommon. That is out of here. That is a lot of cards rotating out, huh? Oh, Borrowed Time. It's out of here. There's going to be some replacements for Borrowed Time, but Borrowed Time is important because it exiles target non-land permanents. And there's some, let's see here. There's some stuff. I mean, after rotation, a list like this just gets completely destroyed because a lot of it comes down to these enchantment creatures, Jukai Naturalist. The Generous Visitor is just such a huge 1-drop for these enchantment lists too, right? But yeah, as far as like the 3 mana, like the Borrowed Time here, like we have Seal from Existence, but the double white would hold up a triple colored deck every now and then, right? Like the double white on the Katilda might even be a little bit greedy, but we only got 1 of these in here. There was also 1 from the new set as well. A Mystical Tether, but this only hits artifacts or creatures, but also for 2, if you pay 2 or more, it has flash, so that's kind of cool, I guess, if you have multiple, like Jukai Naturalists on the board or something. But yeah, only hitting artifacts and creatures. The big part of Borrowed Time, of course, is non-land permanents. So Audacity's sticking around, Demonic Ruckus, Calix. Oh, Katilda's rotating too, and that's a rare. So, like, most of the deck is out of here. Oh, and the Who Endures, Crucible, and the Seat. This is actually pretty fun. Oh, and the Jetmir's Garden. Oh my goodness. Most of this deck is gonna be gone soon, man. When's rotation? Somebody let me know in the comments. I keep forgetting to look it up. But it's, you know, it's gonna be here before we know it. So either way, still a really fun list. And maybe a lot of you guys already had a lot of the cards sitting around from Selesnya enchantments, and I'd say this would be a worthwhile thing to look into potentially just for some fun, just to get a last little bit of fun out of those Selesnya enchantment cards, and just being a little bit different too while you're playing on the ladder, which I do think it will be competitive enough. I don't know what the win rate would actually settle on, but it definitely felt good enough to do the thing when it needs to do the thing. So, okay, guys, hey, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.